Thank you so much to Phaedrus, MLAATR Fan 2004, Thegiddylights, Chris Miller and Trace Pierce for supporting me on Patreon. Your generosity means so much to me, it is greatly appreciated. If you like what I do and want to support me in a more personal way, then consider joining Patreon today. Your name will be featured at the start of each video. You can get updates in regards to the Triton Lego Railway in terms of personal arrangements, work in progress and any events going forward. You will have access to digital files of my models as well. You can go one step further and you can get participation in polls for current and future projects and even have early access to videos before they go public on YouTube. The link to the Patreon page will be at the top of the description. Consider joining today. Hello and welcome to a showcase video for the Triton Lego Railway layout. This is segment number 3. A combination of a small level crossing and a bridge. This segment has two unique build qualities to this. The first was quite surprising and the second one was quite pleasing, thanks to the first bit. So with how this has been arranged with the base plates, we have one going across, two going lengthways and another one at the other end going across. So it's kind of like width, length, length and width. It's a bit difficult to explain without having to use hand gestures. But because of that, it's all held together by the track, which is quite amazing. And that is because of the second point. I don't have to use any small tiles to keep any of the base plates together. It's all being held together again by the track, which is unintentional, but again, a pleasant surprise. I'm not too sure how well I'm going to try this in the future. That's only because I'm using different colored base plates here, and all worked out pretty well. The front end of this segment is covered in plants and leaves and just general greenery, and it looks unbelievable. I've tried a few trees as well, and this is where kind of the budget for new plants came from. So whilst in the previous segment I talked about kind of adding more greeneries to some of the blank areas, I kind of just put it towards here instead. And to be honest, looking at the whole segment just as a whole unit, it looks so good, and fitting all the plants here just works better than it does on the previous one. The bridge itself was a tricky thing to pull off because there were a number of design flaws, but at the same time this isn't supposed to be taken too seriously. This is my first time ever building a bridge, let alone one for a layout. So I couldn't really go underneath the track, I couldn't raise the track level itself. I had to make sure this was all built to make sure it could connect to the other segments nice and cleanly. You can also see the blue base plate kind of ending at the point where it connects to the green base plate, hence the arrangement of the kind of segment as a whole and how it all connects itself together. But the bridge itself is quite small, somewhat underwhelming, but at the same time I think it looks quite nice. The water feature on this side at least is quite bland. I took a few pictures and asked a few people how it looked in comparison to the other side, and apparently with these kind of fewer bricks here, some people preferred this, which was quite a surprise, because this side has all the detail. Look at this, 1x1 round, square and cheese wedge pieces and a couple of 1x2 bricks. Just decorating the base plate. It looks so much better in my opinion. There's a variety of shapes and colours there. Transparent clear, transparent blue, there's a transparent light blue. There might be one or two odd colours in there somewhere I might have mistakenly placed. But I for one think this side looks so much better than the plain base plate on the other side. I don't know, but what do you think? It's quite interesting to hear people's thoughts on this. Having a level crossing probably doesn't make sense to have it next to a bridge. At the same time, I didn't want to add more floral pieces here because buying all those small plant bricks does get quite expensive. And I will make a more dedicated crossing in the future for another segment. But here and now, it's just one that can be placed here and one that I for one think looks alright. It's not over the top. It's just a simple crossing for vehicles to get over. And it kind of breaks up the blue and green dominance that the segment carries over. Yes, there are some grey pieces in the middle, but otherwise it will be a bit too vibrant. And there we go, that is it for this video. That is the third segment for my layout. This is a small bridge and level crossing. Thank you to everybody who is supporting me on Patreon. Your generosity and support means so much. It allows me to get on and do stuff like this because it shows me that you really want to help me make it and you really care for how I go about doing this. If you want to support me on Patreon, there will be a link at the top of the description. Thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.